What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to another Arcana Lacquer video. I do apologize about the no face again. This is my Halloween costume. I promise I will be back to it very soon, as I am almost back on schedule with life's craziness. I am happy to present to you the Tarot collection by Arcana. We have a couple of solars, we've got some magnetics, we have some very lovely shimmers to check out. So without further ado, let's dive right in. And we're going to start this off with a Magician. This is described as a navy blue jelly base with pink to orange aurora shimmer, hollow magnetic pigment. This one, it does say in our PR information that it does show best in motion and with the velvet magnetic effect. I haven't got my paws on one of those behemoths of magnets yet, but I think that's coming in the future. We'll see. I really do enjoy my ring magnet though. Anyways, the Magician does have a true jelly formula to it. When you don't magnetize it, it's going to have this almost chrome looking effect to it. That's all that holographic goodness. In the sunshine, you'll see rainbows with it, but in indoor lighting, it'll take on that grade effect that we typically see with holographic pigments in general. But when you magnetize it, you'll get that wonderful pinky type of shimmer in the backdrop here. I would classify the formula to the Magician as being more of a lighter type, meaning if you have a super prominent free edge, I'm going to strongly urge you to take it to 3 coats. You also want plenty of magnetic pigment to magnetize in general, but I think that will help plump it up too. The Lovers is described as a dark mauve jelly base with pink to yellow shimmer. It does state in the PR information that there is white in this base, but it doesn't show much. I personally, at least to my eyes, after working with this, I would describe this one as really heavily flirting with being a sheer type finish. If you have a prominent free edge, or if you wear falsies like myself, I think you will see your visible nail line and or through your falsies respectively. That said, I would strongly suggest a blurring base coat or just an undie of some sort, maybe a nude to you cream, if that bothers you. But this is just overall soft, and what's going to catch your eye's attention the most is that lovely shimmer. The Hermit is a dark gray curly base with green to teal aurora shimmer and bronze reflective glitter. This is my top picks in the set. Now it does state that there is reflective glitter here. I think, at least to my eyes after working on it, I would classify this as being a bit of a scattered type of glitter effect. It's not going to leave you super gritty or textured after dry down. I almost didn't really see a need to even use a glitter smoothing top coat, though the shimmer itself did give me a very flat dry down. I will also suggest going up to 3 coats with this one too. This also has that softer type of feel to the formula and how it builds up. Not so much like the Lover per se, but it still is overall soft, but just very glowy. The Star is described as a light navy base with pink to yellow to green large particle shimmer. I almost want to put this one in the category of foil-like finish, meaning we have a larger particle size aurora shimmer. It's going to give you that nice glistening looking effect. I'd also classify the Star very much in the category with the Lover in that it's a soft type of buildup. I don't want to classify it 100% as a sheer, but it's just soft, especially when you're in a brighter lighting situation or indoor direct lighting situations. I'll also suggest 3 coats and a glossy top coat here too. No issues with texture or dry down, anything like that, but I would definitely have my caveat of a blurring base of some sort if that bugs you. The Moon is a baby blue base that has a purple leaning blue UV reactive base with blue to purple aurora shimmer and mixed sizes of silver holographic hex glitters. So we have a solar type finish going on here. This has a very bouncy, crelly-like formula to it. I'm going to strongly suggest light coats if you want to take it up to 3 coats. Otherwise, 2 normal coats, which is what I did here, I thought was perfect. This is also what I would consider a true milky, soft type of finish, and it reacts really well to a UV light and or sunshine. So that is a UV flashlight I used to show the color change there. This did dry down with a touch of thirstiness and texture from the hex glitters, so use a good glossy top coat. The sun is a very light orange, almost white to orange UV reactive base with red to purple aurora shimmer. So this one's also what I consider a milky type of finish, and it built up very smooth on the nail, less like a crelly and almost like a dense type of jelly in how it behaved on the brush. I took it to 2 coats because I felt like by that second coat, it had quite a bit of polish on my nails, and even though I am 3-coat queen, I still felt like that 3rd coat would have been over buildup. This will dry down very, very thirsty and a touch textured because that's just typically how solar pigments work. So you might want to use a glitter smoothing top coat to smooth it out and gloss it up. In the sunshine and in the UV light, it will change over to this almost burnt orange. Judgement is described as a black jelly base with red to yellow shimmer and blue flakes. Now this one I would 100%, in my opinion, state that I would personally classify it as being a sheer type of black base. So if you wanted to layer this one, as you'll see in the Willet Topper segment, we do have a bit of versatility here as it's more of a smoky type of tint to the base, if that makes sense. I built it up to 3 coats, and my disclaimer of a blurring base or a nude to you cream undie applies here, or just a straight black undie too if you wanted more of that true stark black. But overall, this is what I would consider a smoky type of finish. Lots of shimmer goodness going on here and no texture or thirstiness. The last one is The World. This one is described as a light indigo base with purple to blue aurora shimmer and holographic magnetic pigment. It does state in our PR information that this one also shows best in motion and velvet, just like the Magician. Again, I do agree with that. I think these types of ghostly, ethereal type of magnetic pigments do look the best on a video. May or may not be tooting my own horn there. Anyways, The World also has a very soft type of look to it and how it builds up too. I'm going to suggest 3 coats for your build up. This will have a touch of sheerness to it too. So in my opinion, again, that caveat stands for a blurring base or a nude to you cream. I'm repeating myself here. It is almost like this ghastly type of look when you magnetize it with whichever magnet you prefer. And in the sunshine, you'll see lots and lots of holographic effect. And we're going to wrap this up with the Willet Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. So overall, we have light type of formulas going on here. I think we can do quite a bit with these in terms of undies. Across the board, black is going to pretty much work with everyone except for, say, the solar polishes, which was the sun and the moon. Personally, if you do choose to layer those two, I would stick with maybe a white undie. But at this point, I think I've made it pretty clear. I prefer milky polishes to just remain as is. They're very classy and chic and clean in their own way. But these others with the shimmers and the magnetics, things like that, I do think you can get a little creative with them. And now that you're seeing the sun and the moon over black, I know you're saying, Trish, it's not just white. It looks cool over black too. But I'm going to stand on this hill and I'm going to put my flag down that I personally like these by themselves. And then lastly, of course, Judgement, you see it over black. It looks beautiful. And if you want that more intense in your face, I would suggest 1 coat of a black cream and 2 coats of Judgement. And then The World, very much like the Magician, that first one, they do topper very well over black. I personally would stick with maybe matchy-match colors if you do layer these. The Tarot collection is going to drop October 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I will link you all below to Arcana's website if you want to get in there and see what you're seeing on here on the video. And I'll also link you to their Instagram page if you want to see direct information from the 2 makers here and all that good stuff. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.